All regimes throughout the region, including the ones that weren't deposed, are going to be far more observant and watchful and of their population's opinions. So this means they no longer the free hand that a authoritarian system has in making big regional sort of decisions is no longer there. And countries of the region, like Israel and Turkey, will have to, and Iran, will, and by the way, there's signs that the Iranians have even understood this already in their kind of slightly revised position towards Syria, are going to have to understand that Arab politics, the forces that make the regional picture, is going to be different than what they were. And this is very important, this, I think, especially for Israel to understand, otherwise there is an enormous scope of misunderstanding, and that could lead down dramatic, that could have very bad consequences.
Everybody knows that what is happening in the Arab world is very much affecting the way in which the Iranian government is thinking about its regional policy. I mean, until quite recently, it thought it could do no wrong in terms of if it keeps up with an anti-American, anti-Israeli rhetoric, it's just going to win a lot of points on the Arab street, and I know that's a problematic term, but among a lot of the Arab population, and since the Arab population is against their state, that is going to work for the Iranian government. That argument is just not going to work for them anymore. And I don't know if some of you saw that a Sohrabi poll came out 2 days ago, and the Iranian government's popularity among Arab states has plummeted compared to 2 years ago. And so there's clearly a rethinking of Iran's regional policy, particularly since it wants to be the hegemonic power in the region. It has affected them this way, and Kanan mentioned Syria. I mean, that was very, very surprising for them to come out and make a tepid, but nonetheless, comment about the Syrian uprising.
I can tell you, and I know that I am in Brandeis, that Israel is the best, is the loser in this revolution. And I am telling you that frankly. You know, we passed a moment in which really could have, the issue of peace could have been accomplished, whether in the 1990s or in the last decade. However, we lost the opportunities even of Obama's attempt to, and it was Mubarak when, the negotiations started. Again, I didn't want to come to the complexity of the Arab-Israeli conflict, who is at fault. But I don't think that the coming generation to rule Arab countries will accept more concessions. I mean, in many ways, one of the things that they take against Mubarak, Zain al-Abidin Ben Ali, and others of the old regime, that they were too weak, too acceptable of concessions that they shouldn't have made. I guess still that the two-state solution is still going on, but they mean it, two-state solution. I mean, there is no kind of, flexibility on that. I say that among all revolutionaries, the issue of playing with the Egyptian-Israeli peace treaty is no one serious there is calling for its abrogation, but the issue is about how the future will be of the relationship. I think it will involve rough times ahead. There will be on the Arab side a lot of Netanyahus.